Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Perkenalkan nama saya Aidil dari kelas 6E Teknik Informatika dengan NPM 23351035. Di sini saya akan membuat video belajar saya di chapter 14 tentang deployment dan yes sipit. Nah, ini terdapat sampel pembelajarannya. Jadi saya juga belajar menggunakan AI ya. Jadi saya kasih supaya pembelajaran juga untuk membantu saya dalam proses pembelajaran.
Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. In this awesome video, I'm going to teach you how to build, your app and deploy it to the Apple Store Connect, which is the Apple Store for putting your iPhone apps, and also the Google Play console. I'm going to walk you through all the steps it needs to go through for you to deploy this app on each of these platforms. You're going to learn a lot, and I hope you're excited about this video. I have so much to teach you that the official documentation or all other videos won't teach you, right? And ladies and gentlemen, before we go, if you haven't subscribed, go to my channel. Please click on the subscribe button, Tech Rated Dev, like the video, share it with your friends, and Google Play Store. Cheers, see you there. The first thing we're going to acknowledge is this process is going to come into stages, and for you can see this is everything you need to build apps. This is what it looks like. So let's sign up, and I'm just going to use an email that I just opened right here. So I'm just going to copy this, add to this, put this right here. Username, I'm just going to call these Stacks Tech. Password, let me see. So agree. What should we call? This is everything that is just installed. What I like to do is just take this folder, pick it, drag it inside my cursor, so that I don't need to cd or go into a particular directory when I'm installing packages every now and then. So let me just close this chart right here. So this is what it looks like. This is how the dummy apps look like. As you can see, these are the default code that came with the installation. This is the packages that has been installed for us. As you can see, expo constant. This is what makes expo, and this is what makes React Native. So we're going to be focusing on something different. We can easily start this app and just say, let's bring up our terminal. That's Control or Command J, and just say npx expo start. So running that, it's going to take its time to give us something to show, right? So it's running everything that it needs to run, and as you can see, this is the QR code for you to run this app right here, right? As you can see, switch to development build, press A to open Android, press I to open iOS simulator, and all of that. Because we are using Expo Go on a real device, all we have to do is just use, scan this code right here. Or, yes, I believe that is what we need to do. So all you have to do is just pick your phone, scan this QR code, and you're good to go. So I'm going to minimize this. I'm going to scan this, and I'm going to click open in Expo Go. Open in Expo Go. If you check here, you can see it's building already. So that shouldn't be on landscape at all. It should be on portraits, but since it is already building, let's just let it build, and let me turn off my landscape so that you can see what I'm talking about. So it's building, it's going through all the process. Let me just minimize this. So as you can see, it is bundling right here. As you can see, 71% and all of that. So when this is done, it's going to open the Expo app, so you can actually see the app that we've actually created. So just give this some time. And if we head to the browser, we've done this, right? All we have to do is go to the next stage, which is this. And as you can see, if you remember, we are told to also do this as well, right? So that's the next stage. All you have to do is copy this, minimize this. You go to a new cursor terminal. We click on this, right? Then you paste this and run it, right? You don't need to do this for every new app you need to deploy, right? That is why if you've done this the first time, you can just, like me, check the version that has been installed, -v, I believe. So this is going to give the version of the EAS installed. This is what you need. EAS CLI 16.18.1. This is what I have installed, right? So I don't need to install it again. But for you, you have to install it. And let's check the progress of this. This is 99.9%. Voila, as you can see, this is what our app looks like. As you can see it right there. Go, right. And moving on to the second stage, we've done this, right? I assume you've done this or you already have EAS installed already. So the next stage would be to, now run this command right here. You might think, why not just go through this next stage? But hey, if you're a developer, you notice that sometimes you can actually do things the easy way, right? Instead of going through the add method. And because we want to deploy directly, there's some information here that is missing, right? Like before you even get to this, you need to do some other things, right? So right here in my dashboard, even before initializing all of this, let me minimize this.
Nggak perlu pakai banyak tools AI buat bikin konten affiliate kayak gini. Cukup pakai satu tools AI.
Let me bring this down. Inside of my app.json, this is where you're going to find some configurations related to your app. Let me just minimize all of this. Yes. So this is the expo configurations. Name of the app is nanodev, slug is nanodev, and all of that. First thing I want you to change right here, these iOS support tablets, change it to false. Because once you upload your app to the App Store, which is Apple App Store, right? If you don't toggle this to off or false, they are going to ask you to upload a screenshot of the app on a tablet. We don't want to do all of that. We don't want to push our app on the tablets. We just want iPhones to use it, right? So this information, you agree with me that it is not right here. It is missing. So these are little things that if you deploy on the app stores, they would ask you to do and check back. And if you don't go through this process I'm teaching you, you're going to have a lot of back and forth, right? So let me just minimize this. So that's the first thing you have to change right there. So the next thing you have to do is head back to your dashboard. Copy all of this. Head to your, minimize this. Bring up your terminal and paste this. So we want to initialize that project in this our code right here. So once you just click it, it is going to ask you to log in your details, right? So that your project and your code is linked together. So project successfully linked, right? But the person logged in right now is different from these accounts. That is why it's showing that error, right? As you can see, mine is Start Tech, right? If I check EES who am I, it is going to show that a different account is logged in. My innovations is logged in. That is not what I want. I want to log out of this. EAS logout is how you log out. Once I'm logged out, I can now run the command again, which is this initialization. Click it. It is now going to prompt me to log in, right? The password, and let's see, fingers crossed, that works the way, right? So we are, and just view the project that I just created, nanodev. So under this section, submitted, and now think use of this. Add part to, don't save. Let me head back to my app.json. And if you can agree with me before, we checked this to false, but let's change it back again. There was a Git issue there, that was why I didn't save. So let's change it back to false. Then it added two important things, right? It added this extra, which is the EAS project ID. This is the project ID we're trying to initialize. This links your project on the cloud with your project right here. So, and the owner stack stakes, you can see things are shipping up already. You want to make sure that this is linked together, right? So the next step is we want to head back to our, now we want to copy this, configure the project, right? We want to activate what monitors or what takes care of our deployment and everything. So EAS build :configure. This is the command that would initialize a file here called EAS.json, and it is that file that will monitor all, or where you configure all your configs. Like, okay, I want to, as you can see right here, which platforms will you like to configure for EAS build? I want to put both. As you can see, generated EAS.json, which is this. Your project is ready to build, run EAS build when you're ready and all of that. Let's just minimize this. go to our es.json. Let's see what it gave us. So it gave us the CLI, the version, the app version, the build, which is very, very important, and the submit. These two guys, they are very, very important. This is where you configure everything you need to configure for you to be able to deploy on, the app stores, right? So as you can see, we are ready to configure this, and under your build, we still have a lot of nested JSON right here. Under your development, you want to add something here, which is channel. I'm just going to put it here, channel of development. And also the next thing you want to do is add under preview. I'm just going to add channel preview as well. If I Ctrl Z, it wasn't there before, but because I'm using Cursor Pro, it was able to automatically create that for me. So this is what that looks like, channel, and all you have to do is just put in preview right here. So save that. So this is the second thing you need to add, right? The third thing you need to add, you need to go under production, right? And right after this true value, I'm going to say I want to put Android right here, and inside of this Android, I want the build type. I want this to be app bundle. You can only upload an app bundle to the Google Play Store. You cannot upload the APK. If you upload the APK here, they might accept it, but you're going to be better uploading the app bundle instead of the
Wujudkan misi Anda secara online dengan domain.org.
APK. The next one you have to put is the iOS. So all you have to do is type the same thing, build type, and all I want to do right here is not even add the build type at all, right? I just want to add the resource class. I want to put medium. This is what I want right here. And finally, I want the channel. I want it to be called production, right? So that is the next thing I want to do under the production. These are the little settings that you won't find in this documentation right here. As you can see here, they just said copy this, do that, and that was all. They didn't really go through all of that, but kudos to them. They were able to, give us this and other perks. So big ups to Expo and thank you. So after the production, while still in my build, under production, I want to add simulator as well. You can agree with me that most of the time when you build, you don't only build on your phone, you also build on your simulator, on any kind of device. So far it's working, you're getting your code running. That is what you want to be concerned about. So I want to help you set up the simulator as well. And the first thing I want to add is extends. I want to put development, comma right here. I want to put development client, and I want to set it to internal. Then the distribution, I want to set it to internal as well. Development client is true, rather. My bad. So distribution is internal. Then under this, you can now have, let's put this right here, under the simulator, because I mostly use the iOS simulator. All I have to do is just, put simulator right here. Simulator is going to be true. Then under this, I'm going to have build. Under simulator, then I'm going to add build configurations, and that is going to be debug. So I'm going to save that. And finally, under this, you can guess the channel is going to be simulator. And after that, I'm going to now add the Android part of things. So I'm just going to put this right here. I'm going to say Android. And under Android, I'm going to have extend as well. And my extend is going to be development. And under Android, I'm going to have a curly braces like this. The build type is going to be app bundle. The channel is going to be Android, and that is what I want to have in my es.json, right? So I'm just going to, minimize this because you're not literally changing anything here. All we have to do is just show you that the app is working, that we've installed, and we can now go ahead and focus on deployment. So let me just minimize this. Let me bring this to be bigger. The next thing we're supposed to do is set up this our submit and put in the app ID here, so that when we're submitting it to the Play Stores, it just directly send it to that particular project on our Apple Store, right, or the Android Store. But for now, I'm not going to have that right there. I'm going to come back and teach you the proper step-by-step process, right? So we're not done yet. Under app.json, you are going to head to under iOS. Under this, I'm going to say bundle identifier, right? Bundle identifier is a combination of com dot. This tag stack is the owner. There is none of def is your app name, right? And under Android as well, I'm going to add package and com.stackstack.nanodev. Basically, it's the same thing. I'm just moving fast here. I don't want to be moving slow because some of these things are the same, right? I can easily type it out, right? But hey, it's basically the same thing. For iOS, it's bundle identifier, camel case, com.stackstack.nanodev. Then package, com.stackstack.nanodev. So everything here, let's save it. Let's copy everything. Or let's just, let's now create a new file. Let's create a new file to the iOS.
Let's compare two different approaches for how we might talk to or prompt these models. You could write a very simple
store. Copy this, which is AS build. That's just platform iOS. I want to do it one. Just going to click on this plus icon, click on new app. Our app name is docs.expo.dev/. The process for Android is quite. This is successful. Android Play Store build is successful. All I have to do is just download this. Click on the download button. We've been able to do that. We've been able to build the app by heading to your build right fix to put your app on the Apple and Google Play Store. Ladies and gentlemen, like I said, please go on these apps, like them, use tags for your productivity, give them a 5-star rating. This will really mean a lot to me. And also go to the channel, search Tech Rated Dev, click the like button, subscribe, share with your
Untuk video pembelajaran saya lebih dari kurang saya. Bila itu Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.